Hello there guys, and welcome back to another live stream. My name is Mike, aka Decimal Punked, and we are in Blender 4.5.1. So this is the latest version. For those of you that have been following my Blender kind of adventure, if you like, I've taken a tiny break away from the learning materials because I wanted to do some freestyle modelling. So the last two streams, I modelled a flail and this halberd that you can see on the left screen there. So today's stream is going to be a short one. It will probably be 2 hours, knowing how long the last two modelling sessions took. And what I'm going to be doing is this. We're going to be doing the Zweihänder. So the Zweihänder is a great sword or two-handed sword. It was used in the late Renaissance period. It's quite large, obviously two-handed. It's obviously got the guard here, and then we've got these parrying hooks on the blade. So, you know, if another sword strikes it, you can parry. And yeah, I believe it's German or originated in Germany. Yeah, it was saying that weapons associated with German Landsknecht mercenaries who popularised its use. It also appears in lots of RPGs and video games and stuff. So what we're going to do is I've jotted down the measurements just here. So it's about 180 centimetres in length total. And I've got the measurements of roughly how long the different parts are. So when we're modelling it, we can try and keep it kind of like real life size or real life scale. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add these to a collection and call this lighting, just so we can kind of yeah, just hide stuff. Right, so the blade, the shaft, and those are I'm gonna call it handle, maybe. I don't know. Right, let's do so if I select those and then new collection, we'll call this halberd. Okay, so now I can hide the halberd. I can also get rid of that image. So the cursor's in the right place. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in an image I have. I think this is from Wikipedia. What was there was a button to get rid of there we go. There we go. Just reset that. Okay, and then we're going to rotate it on the X90, rotate on the Y90. Okay. Actually, when I was looking at this picture, it looked oh, it is actually. Yeah, it is slightly. Right, so that's front on. You can see it's not a directly front on image. So we've at least got the kind of thing here. I don't think I'm going to go for a curve thing. I had a bit of a nightmare in the last stream with that. Welcome to the stream. Oh my Bob. I'm sorry if there's any burping tonight, guys. I watched the film and I had a whole jar of jalapenos with nachos, and my chest is on fire right now. So what we're going to do, I think I might go for maybe a mirror modifier. I feel like that's potentially the best thing to do, and I quite like this middle sword here. Let me just get rid of that workspace. I quite like this handle here, and then what we can do, we can just add the parrying hooks. So if I go onto the image properties and set the opacity to 0.5, and then if I move it up, turn on snapping to the increment, and then just move that up there, and then set the origin to the 3D cursor. Set the origin. Why is that not? Dude, the 3D cursor is there. I wonder if maybe you can't do it because it's an image. Anyway, so what we're going to need here, so it might be easier. So you see how we've got this circular handle, and then we've got like a cylinder section, and we've got a cylinder. So basically we could have a cylinder with an ecosphere, and then maybe that part, the guard. If I bring up my, so the guard, 10 to 15 centimeters width across the guard, span the hand. Right, okay. So I could do another cylinder maybe for that section, and then I think a cube for the blade itself. So I'll do this as a few objects. So let's start off with an ico. No, I could do UV sphere. Oh, there's 8, look. That looks quite nice, actually. Okay, so what we're going to do... Oh, it's doing that bug again. I swear to God, I hope they fix that shift bug, because it is... Oh my God. It's testing me. Right, so if I just go to there and move that up so it's level... And then we're going to set the origin to the 3D cursor. Interesting, it did it for that, but it wouldn't do it for the picture. Why is that? Why can you not change the origin point on an image? Interesting. Right, so the pommel, which is this bottom bit, is apparently 10 to 15 centimeters. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go into the scene. It should already be in centimeters. Yes, it is. So if I go into edit mode and get up the okay. You know what? It might just be easier to, if I actually just, I'm going to give it 15 centimeters. So if I did, that's all the same. So if I did 15, 15, 15, perfect. Okay. And then Shift A, no. Control A, or Oh, hold on. So, Control A. All transforms. There we go. Okay, so that's the pommel. Done. Next up is the handle or grip. So I'm going to go 40 centimeters. Okay, so if I go Shift A, and we're going to go for a cylinder. And we'll give it 10. We'll go 12 actually. Okay, so the handle or grip is for 40 centimeters. So I'll do 40, 40, 40. No. What I'll do first is move it up. Actually, sorry. I'm going to move it down there, and then I'm going to set the origin to the 3D cursor. And then we're going to do 40, 40, 40. Okay, so X and Y. Okay, let's do 15. Let's do 10 actually. That looks a bit small. That looks really small for a handle. Doesn't that look small? Huh. And you kind of want it to be sunken in. If I just hide the image. That just feels quite small. I feel like I'm going to make that a tiny bit taller. I'm going to go 50. That feels a bit better. Okay. Right, so the grip... No, hold on. So basically what we're doing at the moment is we're just getting in the... sorry, the main objects. Oh my god, my acid. So the guard is this section that goes across there. So I'm thinking a cylinder might be good for that. I reckon a cylinder again. 10 to 15 centimeters seems too small. I might make this 8. That feels a lot better. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to Shift A, and we're going to do a cylinder. But before we do anything, I might make this one 15 maybe. And then I'm going to move it up on the Z, set the origin to there, And then, so the guard, it says it's 15 centimeters. Width across the guard. Okay, you know what? Let's just... No. There we go. Let's go 20 and 20. Alright, so the Z is massively overscale. That feels the right length. So if I do this down to, I don't know, 10 and 10 maybe. What's the width of that one? 8. Okay. So if I turn on snapping to face, GZ, and then perfect. That feels a nice length, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. Okay, so we've got the pommel, the handle, the guard, the blade. Okay, so the blade is really, really big. So I'm just going to select, oh no, actually I'm just going to select all of these. Control A, all transform. Ugh! Hold on. So I'll call this handle guard. On guard. Okay. So they're all in place. So the blade. Now, I was thinking, if I do a cube, yeah, I think a cube would be, yeah, I think a cube would be good. Right, so we're going to move this up. Turn on snapping to the increment, and then we're going to set the origin to the cursor, and we're going to do, right, so it's saying the blade is 90 centimeters. There is no way. That's not right. These measurements I've got, they have to be wrong. The pommel is 15. The handle or grip, why is that renamed it as that? The handle is 50. Yeah, I asked AI, welcome to the stream 4. I asked AI, like, for the kind of rough measurements of a Zweihänder, so I knew roughly, well, you know, to try and keep it to real life scale. It must have got these measurements wrong, because I'm looking at a picture of a Zweihänder, the one, the white one. There is no way. There is no way. I mean, look at this cube. That is 90 centimeters. There's no freaking way. What is going on? 15? 50. I made that 50 because the pommel just... if the handle was 10 centimeters shorter, it looked too short to be a handle. It's fine. I'm not doing this to like 3D print a real Zweihänder. Let's just continue. Right, so what we want to do is if I go to top down actually, and if I scale without the Z and try and get it so I think that's a good position maybe. Scale shift Z. If I just bring it down a bit more, so that long cylinder you can see is the guard. So basically you'd have it like that. And then what I would do is turn on snapping to the face. And then if I move that up, so I want it to be there, but on the face of that. Is that on there? I'm just going to turn that image off. It looks like it's actually gone into... Okay. That's definitely not a Zweihänder, is it? Okay, so we're going to do shift scale on the X or Y? Scale on the Y. Dude, if I made that 4 centimeters, feels a bit too. Bearing in mind that we are going to do a ribbon cut, I intend to do a ribbon cut. I'll take care for. That was a quick tune in. Take care, dude. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a ribbon cut. So basically, if we kept that thickness, because when I do the ribbon cut, I'm going to basically make the middle section as you do with swords. You know, you have that kind of, the middle point is the furthest out it goes, and then as it goes to the sides it's thin. So let's get this scale looking more like a Zweihänder, and if I turn on that image you can see the length of that. And if I actually just get my image and just roughly put it there, can you see that? So you've got the pommel, the handle and the guard. Just going by that, you can see the length of the sword there. Like, and the thing is, this whole thing can be scaled down if needs be. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to scale that on the Z. Just, oh no, scale Z. Why are you going up? Oh, I'm in object mode. Why is it doing that? You know what? I'm just gonna select the bloody face. G. GZ. Okay, so it goes up to about there. Okay. Right, come out of that. Right, guys, we have our pommel. We need to... Oh, the parrying hooks. It's going to be tricky, this bit. It's going to be very, very tricky. I'll tell you what, I think what would be a good thing to do is to do our ribbon cuts on the blade, and then figure out how to do the parrying hooks. I mean, out of these Zweihänders, if you look at this one, it doesn't have the parrying hooks, neither does the third one. But they're kind of like, just like a very simple triangle almost. Same for here. This one's got just triangular parrying hooks. So we could just go for a very simple kind of thingy. Right, so if I turn off the image and then go to side view. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to need 1, 2. We're going to need 3 ribbon cuts, and basically the middle line we will drag the other parts of the sword out. So the first one, if I just save the project, we do Control R. Oh. Control R. There we go. Right, so 1 ribbon cut. Right through the middle. That is perfect. Okay, and then this one is going to have 3 ribbon cuts. So hold on, what's going on? Right. No, I want to do ribbon cut. There we go. Would it just need 1? No, it would just need 1 because we did 1 on the other side. Okay, and then what we should be able to do is... Hold on. At the top of the sword we're going to have the tip, which is essentially a little triangle. So if I did 1 ribbon cut like that, and then just maybe did it about there, and then we've got our triangle point. Okay, so now if I'm on edge selection, Oh my god. Right, I know what to do. Right, so we are going to select that edge. And then we're going to do G, GG, and move it to there. And it should be doing what I hope it's doing. And then if we do the same here, we select all that edge, and then we do a GG. There we have it, guys. Okay, and then for the reverse, so one, so now we go to the back. No, sorry, hold on, I'm getting disorientated here. So this one is protruded, so it's this side here. So we're going to select this one. And we're going to do a GG edge slide, and then we're going to get this one and do a GG. So we're just edge sliding that there, and there we have the blade. So we've got that kind of almost like a diamond. You see that? There we go. That's a very good way to show that. So we have our diamond shaped sword. So now for the tip. So essentially, if I got that vertex and did a GG, if I move that there and got that vertex and did a GG, and I got that one and that one, oh my god, dude! I've made a tip! Oh my god. Dude, that was easy. Zweihänder. So the first time I saw a Zweihänder was in Diablo 2. Like, I'm not on about the resurrected nonsense, I'm on about the original, the goat. And yeah, you got a lot of Zweihänders in that game. Right, so now that we've got the blade, parrying hooks. Oh, so I know there's welcome to the stream, Solvable. I know there's a lot of two-handers in Dark Souls. The whole Dark Souls series, I was always like a bow / crossbow with like a fast kind of weapon. Also, I used sword and shield to block and dodge enemies. So, but yeah, there's quite a lot of two-handed weapons in Dark Souls for sure. Right, I need to do the parrying hooks. Now this looks a tiny bit, not complicated. I'm just trying to think how to do this. If I show you the parrying hooks, actually, if I turn the image on. So you see here, right here, we've got these little, kind of like triangular sections coming out. So those kind of need to be about here. Just trying to think how to fit that in, because it's a it's a bit awkward, isn't it? How would you? I'm just looking at the picture. DS1, yeah. They are cool weapons, strength weapons. You know what we could do? What I could do is if I selected that, because that shape, that is essentially, look, if I show you, that is essentially the shape of the parrying hook. Let's go for it. So if I do Shift D, and then, hold on, RX90, hold on. GZ. GZ. It's kind of about, see, some of the parrying hooks, they're kind of like about that much distance. So if I did RX RY90, and if I do edge, perfect. Actually, perfect. And then if I Shift D, rotate Z90. Hold on. RZ. Right. RZ180. Perfect. Oh, baby, we've got our parrying hooks. Are you a modeler yourself, Solvable? Dude. Check that out. Right, what do we need to do? Right, we need to add some deets to the right, what we're going to do, we're going to add a slight detail. Hold on, what do I need to name? Oh, I could just call that blade. And then okay, so we're going to start. Oh, nice, dude. It's nice to meet a modeler. I get quite a lot of people tune in that are modelers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a number of loop cups to kind of give half of this like a swirly type pattern. So probably going to do maybe that many, and then if I then turn on X-ray and select the edges, hold on, Shift Alt 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 Alt. Okay, and then if I turn that on there and that off, and then we can do control save and we'll do a bevel. And then we want to scale but not change on the Z, so S Shift Z. Hold on. I've learnt a hell of a lot of Blender lately, and this was just kind of a freestyle modeling without any learning material that I'm following. This is me just modeling a cool weapon. So it's just honing my skills, I guess. It's so much fun. I really enjoy it. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to think because we've got the. 1 second. Okay, maybe we could do something like that. Okay, so if we did, okay, right, so we're going to select these. I won't do the top one, so we're going to do Shift Alt, and we're going to select these longer faces there, and then I'm going to do Scale, Shift Z. So that's quite cool. And then if I select that, oh dude. Oh, I think I need another loop cut, don't I? So if I did that loop cut and then, there we go. Okay. So if I did scale 1, no, scale -1. Let's try scale -0.9. Tell you what, let me just do. I know what would be easier if I just did the loop cuts in here. Okay, so now if I Shift Alt click those middle sections, because what's happening is it's putting all of the other vertices connected, so that's why. Yeah, that is true. I mean, the scaling works quite nicely, dude. You see that? Oh, dude. Oh, baby. Oh, baby! Yes! I likey. That is pucker. Amazing. Okay. So, I've got my handle. The pommel I'm happy with. I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm happy with it as is. So, it would be nice to have a tiny bit of... Like, if you look here, in this one, you've kind of got this curly... kind of, you know, when metal's twisted, it's kind of got a twisted metal effect. But I'm not going to twist it and bend it. What I was thinking was just doing some similar kind of lines like here, maybe. And then at the end of... Dude, I'm so happy with this already. If I go to side view, we're basically going to extrude that face. Hold on, sorry, I thought I was in edit mode. Yes, dude. Okay. So now for the section, the bits I wanted to do. Okay. So we have those bits, so this is going to be fun. If I turn on that. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. I might be able to do the curved metal without actually... So if I did R45... And then... Dude. Now, the inside, this middle section, going by the pictures, I think there is kind of like a... hold on. So basically, you have a bit of a not cylindrical, but you have an oval type plate to protect the hand. So you have the parry hooks here. So what I could try and do is somehow bring these out. Dude. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is that one. That one. Ah! So that's 5. So from there to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dude. 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 Oh my god, have I finished the model? Dude, that's like 54 minutes. My flail and my halberd took 2.5 hours each. And this, 54 minutes. We'll call it 55. So, I'm pretty happy with that, guys. If I turn on the picture, look at my halberd. Not halberd, sorry, my Zweihänder. Look at it compared to the pictures. Sorry. Can you see that? Like I've got the guard, the handle, the pommel, the parry hooks. Like that's to scale, pretty much to scale. I'm really happy with what I've made there. Let's get it. Oh my god, what's the word, guys? Materials. So happy with that. I'm gonna get rid of that. What's the tries on it? 1,496. So it could be lowered. Right, so we're gonna go into shading. So blade, guard, handle, pommel. So, okay. And shading. Now, for some reason, there is a bug, guys. There's a bug with the shading thing. Awin, welcome to the stream, bro. Oh, we've got 4 viewers. When did that happen? You've tuned in like literally as I've wrapped it up. It's taken 55 minutes and I've got my Zweihänder. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do the final touches, bro. So let me just drag out a workspace. Shading editor. And hide that. Okay, and we'll go front view. So if we do the blade first, obviously it's going to be silver. So we're going to add a slot. To be fair, I've still got the chains material, which was very good. So if I go to rendered. Nice. But, oh, I'm just wondering, I've got chains here. If I adjust that, it's going to adjust it for the others, isn't it? So, 0.3. I think I'll go 0.25. Nice. Okay. And then for the basically the pommel and the guard, I'm going to do the same colour, but I want to have like a leather strap for the handle. So, oh no. Let's get rid of that. I wanted to. So that has a slot. And this one, we're going to. Let's see how the leather looks. So now that's too dark, too shiny. So I'm gonna probably go for like 0.5 maybe. Unless I make a copy. Oh, okay. To be honest, I'm not too bothered. I've already like saved the 4K image render, so I'm happy with it, dude. Right, so I'm gonna change the color because that's too dark brown. Let's see. That's quite nice, isn't it? Still a tiny bit too shiny, so I'm gonna go 0.65. Okay. So now for the pommel and this, they're going to share the same material. So I was going to go for like a kind of a brassy colour. I'm going to ask AI for the hex code for that. Just saves me faffing. I need a hex code for brass copper. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll do that in a second, Awen. Okay, so we've got brass and copper hex codes. So if I select my pommel, and we will go to new, and we'll see how this one looks first. So oh wow, that's a nice colour. What about copper? Ooh. I'll tell you what, let's apply it to both. No. 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 Just no. Why would it give me that hex code? Right, so it is metal. Holy shit, dude. That looks freaking awesome. Dude, I've made a goddamn Zweihänder. No way. Oh my god. I love it. That is so freaking cool. Dude, I made a Zweihänder. Okay, so you were saying about shade smooth. Don't like that. Ooh. I quite like flat. That one looked nice. Oh, for the handle. Oh, smooth does look good. Nice, dude. Yes. Although it looks a bit like Play-Doh now. Or a turd. A straight long turd. So flat is a bit too... There's too many faces. Tries. Auto smooth. I think I prefer auto smooth for that. Yeah, auto smooth. You know what, guys? I'm happy with that. Smooth. Oh my god. Auto smooth. Flat. No. Definitely flat for the blade. Guys, it is done. Let's go to the layout and do a render. Oh my god. This is going to be crazy because it's like it's more a vertical. You'd have to turn the sword sideways, and I don't really want to have to do that. Let's first off, let's just add this to a collection. Zweihänder. Zweihänder. Not been drinking my coffee, guys. I mean, what I could do is get a vertical, and then I can just rotate it. Like if I just did RX90. No. It's like you want to... Let me just... Sorry, 1 second. I'm happy with that, guys. I'll get a vertical shot and then I'll rotate it. So what we need to do then on object mode, if we select all four, that's the active. So if I do, is it Control J? Merge meshes. Control P. You know what? It's complete. Why am I dicking around? Just merge the whole thing. I'm happy with it. I don't want to change it. Portrait aspect. What's a portrait aspect, dude? Let's do render bender. Here we go. Dude. Okay, I think I need to play with the lights. Camera, action. Yeah, it's in. It's in here, isn't it? You know about this one, dude? The camera here. The render. Give me a sec, dude. I mean, I'm happy with that. I really like that. Zweihänder. So what we'll do is we'll get one from that angle. To be fair, it's going to be the same. Like, wherever I move it. Let's do front on. Are you on about changing the... Oh yeah, I know about the resolution. Yeah, already done it, dude. It's set 4K render. I've got like maximum quality, 300 DPI. Right, so we're gonna get a front shot now. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's my baby. Dude, I have made a Zweihänder. I love German as well. Oh, dude, this was such a fun one. Definitely the easiest out of the flail and the halberd. Very fun. That is so freaking awesome, dude. Oh my god. Right. Right, so I have a side shot, I have a front shot. So now I'm going to select my sword, my Zweihänder. We're going to go front view, we're going to rotate on the X, no, rotate on the Y 90. And I'm just going to leave it there, and all I'm going to do is get the camera, set the Z to 0, and then we're going to move it on the X, so it's kind of like in the middle. GY. Is there any way that we, like, is there any way that you can kind of set the camera to, like, fixate on the, on the object? Where will I just put that? Oh. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. Right, so what we need to do is we have our sword there, so I just need to adjust the lights. So if I go to top view and we're going to try and get some sexy light in here. Let's see how that looks. Oh, wow. I'm very happy with that. That's super cool. Right, I think that's it, guys. 3 images. A nice side shot, a vertical shot, front on, and then just like a nice one laying on its side. What we could try and do, actually, is if I move the camera and then rotate it, I want to see if I can kind of do that, and then if I selected the sword, rotate it on the Z, right? There we go. RX 45. No. RX minus 45. There we go. How does that look? Dude. Oh god, I love this. I love this so much. This is like, oh my god, this is so much fun. Just making models, being creative, just doing whatever you want. It's great. It's great. I'm glad I rotated it just to get a slightly different perspective. Look at that. Okay, I think what we need to do, I'm just going to change that ever so slightly. Let's see if that works a bit better. Obviously the background colour, Zaisha, welcome to the stream. Obviously the background colour is grey, which doesn't help with the silver of the sword. But if I maybe bumped up the strength to like, I don't know, if we did the exposure to like 0. Let's see how that looks. Zaisha, I did this model in, I think it was 55 minutes. Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, it's so good. Exactly, dude. Right, I'm done. I'm done with the Zweihänder, guys. 4 beautiful pictures, and then I will show you those. This is the exciting thing, guys, because now that I've got my 3 medieval weapons made, I can... And also, oh my god, I wish I could show you this. I got my graphics tablet today. It's the hold on. I think I put it in chat yesterday. 1 second. I'll let you know the exact graphics tablet I got. This is the one. That's the graphics tablet I got. So if I just quickly show you. Where is the Zweihänder? There we go. Right, so pictures. Vertical from the side. Front on. And then front on side. And then angled. Dude, you gotta admit, like, that's pretty freaking awesome, isn't it? I've made a Zweihänder! Ja! Wunderbar! Oh, I'm really happy with that. That's definitely my favourite one. The flail was fun. The halberd was tricky, but this, like, just looks so freaking cool. I could see that in one of my games. Oh my god. Right, so basically, guys, that is the stream for tonight. It's a short one. I've got to be up early for my son in the morning. So that was the stream, just making this Zweihänder. Now, the next thing I wanted to do, I could do some more Blender learning with the stylized castle thing. But what I wanted to test myself. So I've learnt rigging and animation. In one of the videos where it was the sculpting one with the demon head, the guy had an alpha brush which was like rocks and stuff. So what I want to do is I want to try and find some alpha brushes for like stone and rock, and using the knowledge and all the learning I've done, I want to create a rock golem, and I want to rig it and animate it. So I want to have this really awesome looking rock golem with like these kind of magic like eye sockets, and also I want to give it a walking animation, a hitting animation, and like a throwing a boulder animation. So that is going to be the next stream, and it's going to be, I think what would be good is if I did like the beginning of the section using my graphics tablet to kind of do a front and a side shot concept image of how the rock golem's body proportions would be. So that could be like, I don't know, maybe an hour doing that, just getting it right. And then what would be good is to then jump into the kind of sculpting, I guess. So that will be the next stream. I just need to get the graphics tablet set up. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I really, really enjoyed that one. So just for reference, the previous two medieval weapons I made, the flail and the halberd, were 2.5 hours to make. This one I did in 50, I think it was 55 minutes or 56 minutes. So super proud of this. If you guys enjoyed the stream, do feel free to follow on Twitch, and don't forget to check out my YouTube below. I have all the previous game dev streams for Unreal, Unity and Blender, and I've also put up 5 games I've made in my first year at university. Those are on itch. There's also a panel below for that. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I will try and get on tomorrow night to do some start on this golem project, which I think you guys will like. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next